Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't make up half.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Becky quick. While the average man looking at it's sad like she fine as yeah. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like yeah, 5-6. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dropped, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the futures, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her.
S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't make up.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Becky quick. While the average man looking at it's sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5-6. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, roll with the marijuana. Waking up with the futures, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch.
at the open. All-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't make up.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Becky quick. While the average man looking at it's sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5-6. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dropped, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot key. Strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater. Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and wolves. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and die. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and die. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits. That TTG money gang, making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. I first want to say a big happy Father's Day to all of the TTG fathers out there, all the TTG dads in the house. Give a big ayo and a big happy Father's Day. I myself am celebrating actually my very first Father's Day. Yes, my very first Father's Day, my first day that I get to celebrate myself as a father. And it's a real special day, man. It's a real special day for me. And, a big shout out to all the amazing TTG dads that we have out there. And a shout out to all the dads that we have on this live stream that maybe are not yet part of the TTG family, but one day soon will be. It's actually maybe one of the best things that you guys can do for your family is really setting your family up, financially and having financial freedom and not having to worry about making ends meet and paying mortgages and rent and everything else. One of the best things that we can maybe do as fathers. So big shout out and big happy Father's Day to all of the TTG fam here with me this evening. Hope you guys all had a wonderful weekend, but I'm ready to get down to business. We've got a short week this week, but that doesn't mean that it is going to be short of volatility, short of action, short of major news catalysts, and short of some phenomenal money-making opportunities. But a massive week last week. Circle was trade of the day on Friday. My goodness, Circle was an absolute monster for us. The stock remains on my watch list. I'm actually still long a piece of that position. It's just an unbelievable trade. We're still long it. It's been just unreal. But I've got a list of some other stocks that we're going to talk about here today, a list of ideas on how I'm going to make money this week. Hope you guys are ready to dive in. My name is Michael Edward Parinati. I go by Michael Edward, and I'm the co-founder and head trader at True Trading Group. I'm thrilled to have you guys all here with us this evening. Before I get into tonight's session, I want to thank our partners and our data providers at Benzinga, TradingView, the NASDAQ, CBOE, Unusual Whales, and of course, OpenAI. These companies are the foundation of what powers True Trading Group. We're very grateful to provide our platform with their data and tools all integrated, help you guys all learn, trade, and profit consistently. Okay. This innovation has not gone unnoticed, as just last year, True Trading Group actually received the Benzinga FinTech Chairman's Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. There's my business partner and I actually on stage at the Global Benzinga FinTech ceremony, receiving that award for Best AI Analysis Tool. So it really is, it's an honor, to have industry leaders like Benzinga recognize TTG for what it is that we have done, incorporating AI into every single thing that is retail trading, to give our members an edge, to bring all of the sophisticated tools and resources that markets have available for retail traders and for professional traders, and to bring them all together into one place where they can all communicate with each other and consider you. Okay, that's the most important part, is that our platform is able to consider you, the individual. It's not a cookie cutter approach, because no two people are the same. No two people trade the same. And our platform, now we're receiving this Benzinga FinTech Chairman's Award for Best AI Analysis Tool, allows us to take all of the industry leading tools and resources and bring them all into one place. They can all work together and communicate with each other and consider you, to help our traders have the very best chance of making money day in and day out. So it's nice to see that, get that recognition. But this isn't just about awards. This is about being part of something special. It's about being part of a community that's constantly growing, learning, and pushing the boundaries of what's actually possible when it comes to trading and investing. I hope you guys are ready to roll your sleeves up and get down to business tonight. I got a fantastic stream ahead for you guys. We've got a lot to talk about. Obviously, what's going on with Israel and Iran. We got what's going on with oil, and is that going to reignite inflation? And we've got the futures. We're red. Now we're bouncing back. We're green right now. NASDAQ's up 0.2, ES up 0.12. So we have clawed back just a little bit. And then we have the Fed meeting this week. And then the markets are closed on Thursday for Juneteenth. It's going to be a wild week. You're going to get the Fed meeting on Wednesday, and then it's like, pause. Markets close on Thursday right after the Fed meeting. Are you nuts? And then Friday is going to be, the markets are going to be able to really trade off of, after digesting everything that happens from the Fed meeting, everything that Jerome Powell is going to say, after we got a little bit of a pullback on Friday because of what happened with Israel and Iran. And obviously that has intensified over the weekend. Everybody wants to know, is this something that can crash the market? That's what everybody wants to know. Can what's happening in the Middle East crash the market? What happens if the U.S. were to get more involved? What happens if they were actually to come to an agreement and they stop what's going on? What do we think is going to happen? More importantly, how can we make money from it? We're going to talk about it all here today on this live stream for each and every single one of you. Type the number one if this is your question. Type the number one if that's why you guys are here. Like, is this your question? What will happen? How to make money from it? Type the number one if this is your question. Go ahead. Type the number one if that's your question. You want to know what's going to happen with Israel and Iran? What's going to happen in the Middle East? What's going to happen with oil? What's going to happen to inflation? Is this something that can crash the market? Is this something that we need to be worried about? Type the number one if that's your question. And more importantly, how can we make money from it? Is that the question that you guys, do you have that question? Are you wondering that same thing? You should be. You should be. Because something like that obviously can move markets. It can have a ripple effect. If the Strait of Hormuz is closed, that's going to spike oil. What's the number one driver of inflation? Energy prices. It's the number one driver of energy prices. Oil prices. Okay? So 20% of the world's oil flows through that strait. And if it can't, and it's got to go a much longer route, that means increased shipping costs. That means less supply. We'll have to rely on some other OPEC members to really increase that supply, like the Saudis would have to increase their supply, which they probably would do, honestly. As oil prices rise, they would increase their supply, obviously. So we'll have to see how it all pans out. Okay, we'll have to see how it all pans out. But I'm glad you guys are here, because these are the questions that we're going to answer. And how we're going to make money from it. It's the best question that we are going to answer. Got a really great idea. I've really got a list, of trade ideas on how I plan on making money this week. I'm going to share all of them with you guys here now. If this is your first time hanging out on this YouTube channel, do yourself a favor, subscribe. Okay. and smash that like button, guys. Don't gatekeep this. Share this video on your own social media. Let's reach out, educate, empower as many retail traders as we possibly can. And also, do me a favor. Let me know. Type TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. Let me know. Let me know if you guys are here and you're not a member. Maybe this is your first time viewing. Maybe it's not. But if you're not a member, let me know. Let me know how many people are here. If you guys are not part of the community and you're here to get some of those answers, you're here to find out how we can make money this week, type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. I want to see how many people we have that are with me here tonight that are not part of True Trading Group. Ken, what's up, brother? Ken Thao, how are you? Just go ahead and type TTG, folks, if you guys are not members. So guys, go ahead and type TTG for those of you that are not members of True Trading Group. And then also, of course, make sure you're watching the video live. Make sure you're watching this video live. Click the word live at the bottom left of your screen to make sure that there is no delay on this live stream. Okay? Make sure that there is no delay on this live stream. Ahmad, Barry, and Alan. What's up, gentlemen? You should see a red dot next to the word live at the bottom left. That lets you know that you're watching the video live. Now, it's going to be important you watch this live because later on during tonight's live stream, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. And I'm going to give you guys some two code words during the live stream. And if your name is called later, you're going to have 2 minutes to send a text message to a phone number we'll put on the screen and give us the two code words. And if you do, then you win your prize. But if you're watching the video delayed, let's say you're 15 minutes delayed, I call your name, 2 minutes come, 2 minutes go, you miss out. Obviously, you don't know any different because you're 15 minutes delayed. You're going to miss out on your chance of claiming your prize, right? You're going to miss out on your chance of claiming your prize. So, again, make sure you're watching live. Click the word live at the bottom left of your screen. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. Those of you that are new, those of you maybe your first time here, you might be wondering, why should I listen to anything it is that this guy talks about? I'm not a Yankee fan. Why do I want to listen to anything that he has to say? And it's not because I believe that I'm the world's greatest trader. The reason why I think you guys should listen to what it is that I talk about on this YouTube channel is because, listen, I've been doing this for a little over 18 years now. I began my trading career working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City, my first job out of college. They had me go through a training program before the fund to let me touch $1 of their money. And then after that, then 2008 happened. And 2008 was the Great Recession, the big stock market crash. But that's also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. And then now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group, along with my team of 8 other professional full-time trading mods and an over 30-person staff. We've helped thousands of members from all over the world reach their goals. TTG has over 10,000 members from 115 different countries. Truly a global community here at True Trading Group. So if you guys are ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place. This is something where there's something here for everybody. We trade stocks, we trade options, we trade futures, we day trade, we swing trade. We also cover long-term portfolio investing. We literally do it all. There's something here literally for every single person on this live stream, regardless of your experience level or your trading style. We have members that never traded a stock or an option a day in their life until they joined. And then we have people that have been in the business for over 25 years. We even have a former NASDAQ market maker that is a member of True Trading Group. Never mind, we have our own former market maker that's actually a moderator at True Trading Group now, full-time, obviously professional trader that used to be a market maker, now trades on his own as a mod at TTG. So we have a ton of experience. And then you also have people that have, just opened up a Webull account or a Robinhood account just last week. Okay. And everything else in between. All right. So get yourselves ready to dive in and make some money this week. That takes me to my first code word for tonight's giveaway, ladies and gents. So write this down. The first code word for tonight's giveaway is oil. 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 All right. Oil. That is the code word. First code word for tonight's giveaway is oil. All right. Now write that down. You're going to need to know, again, make sure you're watching this video live, because later on during this live stream, I'm going to give you a second code word. And then after that, we're going to put everyone's name into a random name picker called the Wheel of Names. We'll spin it live. If your name's called, you'll have 2 minutes to send a text message to a phone number we'll put right on the bottom of the screen. And if you can give me the 2 code words within that 2-minute time frame, the prize is yours. If you do not, we move on. We spin again. That's why it's important you guys are watching this video live. Okay? Now, this kind of takes me to
Michael.
Hey, buddy. What's up, man?
What's up, buddy? So you know how you were saying oily, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to give you a good one.
Okay.
Name the movie.
Sandlot.
Do you remember the scene?
Of course I remember the scene.
Oily. That's my boy Squints.
That's my boy Squints. That was good. That was good.
All right,
You're so quick. I don't know how do you even do it that quick? I don't know how you do it that quickly. Like I literally just said oil, and you're just like boom, Sandlot image. Oh, great movie, great scene, great movie, great scene. Really is. Well, listen, folks. That takes me to kind of let's get things started here. And at first, before I dive in. And again, we have a lot to go over. We got the Fed meeting. We got everything that happened over the weekend with Israel and Iran. I'm going to give you guys my insights on the situation in the Middle East, what I think about it, what I think the market's going to do, what we should be doing with our money to capitalize most on it, what I think we're going to get from the Fed on Wednesday, and what I think the market's reaction are going to be. And then obviously the individual stocks that I'm looking at to trade and the price points that I'm going to be getting in them at. So we're going to go over all of that stuff. Before I hit on that, I mentioned to you guys before about, this being my first Father's Day, right? And it's it means a lot to me. It's a special day. It means a lot to me. And I got to be honest with you guys, as soon as my daughter was born 10 months ago, my whole entire outlook, my whole entire, view on life completely changed. I know everyone tells you that that's going to happen, but you really don't really understand what they mean until you actually have a kid. And just how selfless, you become, and how every single thing that I do from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed is to try to figure out how I can give my daughter the best damn life that she can possibly ever have. And it makes me kind of think about an interview that I saw, and it kind of reminds me of why it is that we do what we do. And I watched an interview once and it was with a billionaire and another guy that was like a multiple $100 millionaire. And they were talking about success. And they were like, what does success mean to you? Like, obviously it's not a number. Like once you're worth $4 billion, like what's success to you? 6 billion, right? Like it was stupid. So it's like, what's success to you? And one of the responses that one of the guys gave was, well, I'll give you both the responses because I think they both were phenomenal responses, but the second one was the one I want to talk about most. The first one was, success to me is my children wanting to hang out with me even as adults. And I was like, wow, that's actually really cool. Because my parents are, some my parents are my closest friends. I see my parents a lot. I'm very, very close with my family, my sisters, my parents, everything else. So that was awesome. That kind of hit home. And I was like, that's a beautiful thing that your kids want to hang out with you even once they're adults. Like, that's amazing. That's success. And the other guy says success to him. He goes, success to me is not a number. He said, success is just, if you live a successful life, is if your children live a better life than you lived. That is success. That success should not be a number that you've reached in your bank account. It should not be a certain house size or a car that you drive or an amount of vacations that you take a year or the fancy jewelry or clothes that you can afford to buy. That's not success. It's not this promotion or that promotion or, becoming a mega millionaire or anything like that. Success is just, listen, if you want to know if you lived a successful life, did your children live a better life than you did? If the answer is yes, then you lived a successful life. And it, takes me to now myself. And I'm like, that was such a beautiful answer. And it takes me to myself, celebrating my first Father's Day and just how much my daughter just means the absolute world to me, and how I would literally do anything in my power for her. And I have already, obviously, as soon as she was born, as soon as I got her social security number, I've already right away been opening up accounts for her, investing in a custodial brokerage account for her, investing in her 529. And I already know that my daughter is never going to have to worry about her finances ever for the rest of her life, because of the decisions that I am making for her now. And because of the decisions that I will be making for her over the next several years. The earlier that you get started, the better that it is. Okay, now obviously I am very lucky and I'm very fortunate. I'm very blessed that I'm in a financial position that I could get her started off and get her accounts funded and start investing and buying stocks for her in some amazing companies that I know by the time she's 18 years old are just going to be above and beyond over the moon. Right. And we're going to be able to generate and build wealth for her that way. But I also look at this profession, this skill that I have developed over 18 years, my experience that I have gained working on Wall Street, working at a hedge fund, or doing this for 18 years, that experience, that skill is what has allowed me not only to live the life that I live now for myself, but is the reason why I am able to do the things that I'm doing for her, and is the reason why she's going to be able to live the life that I know she's going to be able to do. And that is a very powerful thing. When you guys come on this live stream and you could become part of True Trading Group, it is not because you want to buy, a Rolex, or you want to fly in a private jet, or you want to buy a Lamborghini, or you want to buy a 10 bathroom house. Okay, whatever it is. The reason why you join True Trading Group is so that you can make sure that your kids live a better life than you did, so that you can ensure that you truly live a successful life. And that starts with financial independence. It starts with not having to worry about how am I going to make my rent payment next month? How am I going to pay that car note? My car insurance just went up. Oh my God, I can't afford this. What am I going to do? The price of eggs or gasoline or this or that. It's so that you don't have to worry about those things and you can focus on what matters most. It's your family. So when I sit here on my first Father's Day, and I spent the day with my family, my wife's father was here with his family, my father, obviously my parents, they were all here. So I spent this whole day with my family, and it just made me realize just how incredibly blessed that I am. But that blessing came from this. It came from right here where each and every single one of you are. It's this knowledge. It's this skill. This is real life. These are people's real lives. And when you guys join True Trading Group, I want you to fully understand that I understand. And Adam, my business partner, the co-founder of True Trading Group, who was the guy that just hopped on a minute ago, and the entire staff and everybody behind True Trading Group and the entire community, over 10,000 members in True Trading Group, we have all bought into the concept that when you join True Trading Group, you're joining a family. You're joining a family of people that generally give a damn whether or not you succeed or fail. And we've all set out with the exact same goal. We don't care who you voted for. I don't care who you love. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what flag you wave. I don't care about any of it. All we focus on inside of True Trading Group is how to make money. That is our focus. And that is exactly what members of True Trading Group are doing day in and day out. And you shouldn't believe me just because I say that to be true. You should believe me because members say it to be true. Members, do me a favor. If you're a member of True Trading Group and you guys are making money and you're becoming better traders because of TTG, type the number 1 in chat right now. Just type the number 1 in chat right now. Type the number 1 in chat if you're making money with TTG. Anyone that's on this live stream that is not a member of True Trading Group, the only thing you should be looking at is how many people type the number 1. Because if you really want to know whether or not you should join a trading community, it shouldn't be how much money did I make. I could have made $1 bajillion last year. It doesn't mean anything because not one of the bajillion are going to go towards paying your bills. What matters most is if you are going to be able to make money from being part of this community. And I would say that based on the response of members, the odds of that are pretty damn freaking good. We have a retention rate amongst our members that is well into the mid 70s. over 4.5 stars on Trustpilot with over 3,000 reviews, 10,000 members, Benzinga FinTech Chairman's Award, partnership with Unusual Whales, partnership with Benzinga, partnership with TradingView, partnership with OpenAI. All of these things come together to empower, or not empower, to power the TTG platform, which then therefore empowers members of True Trading Group. Every single person that is on this live stream that is not yet a member of True Trading Group, and I say yet because I got something real special for you guys here tonight. You know, today being Father's Day, and don't worry, I'm going to get into all this in just a second. You know, I have a bunch of trade ideas. that I'm going to be getting into with you guys here. And just some of the best decision I ever made in my life other than joining my beloved army. Hell yeah. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, Armando. Thank God every day for being part of this amazing community, TTG. I love that. Nice. Akinbode said you started just yesterday. I like that. Three kids would have been cheaper to stay married, cheaper to keep her for sure. But with the TT education, no worries with that monthly payment. I like that, Peter Parker. I like that, man. That's what it comes down to, right? That's what it's all about. It's all about being able to, you know, it's all about just, it's financial freedom, right? And financial freedom, it's really just time. Time is what you all actually seek. It's not money, right? Like, I mean, think about it, right? Like, I know everybody talks about making money, but really what you're trying to gain is control over your time. And you can't have control over your time without money. Money is a tool that buys you control over your time. And what I mean by that is that once you become financially secure and financially free, and you're able to rely on nobody other than yourself to make a buck, which is if you're able to become consistently profitable in the markets, then that's the case. That's truly relying on nobody other than yourself to make a buck. You know, having a job is great, but you know, you guys have all seen before, you can be a phenomenal standout, excellent employee, and all of a sudden the economy runs through a speed bump and the company goes through a series of layoffs. And it doesn't matter that you're an amazing employee. You just get lumped into the bunch with the rest, and they lay off a couple thousand people, and then they just tell you to go screw. Thanks for the last 10 years of your life, blood, sweat, and tears that you just gave us. But we're going to downsize because we're going to cut costs so we can keep our profitability and our margins up while the economy slows. Thanks for your hard work. That's not security. Having a job is not financial security. Having a job means that you're selling your time to somebody else. That's what it means. It means that at any given moment, somebody else, another person is going to decide the financial fate for you and your family. That's a horrible thing to think about. That a decision somebody else is going to make, who doesn't even know who you are, is going to decide the financial future of you and your family. And I believe, and I know for a fact that I've experienced myself because of obviously, you know, the experiences and the journey that I've had just being a trader for this long and everything else, that you should be able to control your own time and have to rely on nobody other than yourself to make that money. That's what I think. Relying on somebody else, I think the only person that you should rely on for your family is yourself, because nobody else cares about your family besides you. That's the harsh reality. That's the harsh truth. You know, you're a single parent with 2 kids that rely on you. You think when you get real lumped up into those layoffs, you're going to walk into your boss's office and you're going to plead for them. Like, I can't lose this job. I can't lose this job. I'm not going to be able to put food on the table. Do you think they care? They don't. That's the harsh reality. That's why I think it is so incredibly important for people to develop a skill that can help them rely on no one other than themselves to make money. Because then, at least, if things do go sideways at your job and you end up losing your job as the economy goes into recession, or if the economy were to slow or anything like that, you're okay. You don't wait until your back's against the wall to try to find a new skill. You prepare for the dark days so you can avoid them. If you wait until your back is up against the wall, it's too late. Because trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I don't have some special super secret like indicator. Like I think that's what everyone thinks. Like, oh, this guy used to work at hedge fund. He received the Trader of the Year award. So he knows some special super top secret pattern that Wall Street knows about that the little guy doesn't. And he's going to share it with us. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I don't have any of those things. Okay. And if there was a super special secret indicator or chart pattern, I would know about it because they would have told me. It doesn't exist. And if you're going to look for it, you're going to look for it, and it's going to take you as long to find it as it would if you were to ever go and search for a leprechaun riding a unicorn. Let me know when the day comes that you actually find one. Please let me know. Please let me know. Right? So, yes, exactly, Smiley. It's why I've been preparing, not giving up. Exactly. That's what you got to do. You build and realize that skill now, right? You build and realize that skill now in the hopes that you never actually need it. Unless you decide one day you want to become a full-time trader. There it is. This is ripping out Lightning Unicorn. There it is. I'm telling you, Adam's quick. He's quick. We have a lot of members in TTG that have actually become full-time traders, that have actually left their job. Quick show of hands. Guys, do me a favor. Type the number 1 if you are a full-time trader now, thanks to TTG. If you are a full-time trader now, that is your main source of income. Go ahead right now. Type the number 1 in chat right now if you are a full-time trader, thanks to TTG. Now, obviously, there's going to be less people who are going to type the number 1 now than type the number 1 earlier when asked how many people are making money, because a lot of our people make money while working a full-time job. Most of our members actually have full-time jobs. 82% of them have a full-time job. And we have over 10,000 members. 82% of a full-time job. So if they can do this, and so can you. All of our trade alerts get sent out via our mobile app. So even if you're not in front of your computer, you can follow along with everything it is that we're doing. You get a real-time push notification right to your cell phone when our mods send out an alert. So you'll know exactly, when the mod got in, what price they got in, when they're getting out, the entry, the exit. You guys have all of that information in real time sent to your cell phone. That's how 82% of our members have a full-time job. That's how they all follow along and benefit from what it is that we do during the day. I'll be starting July 7th, retiring 9 years early. JB, that's what I'm talking about. That's what this is about. Congratulations, JB. You earned it. Congratulations. See what I mean by time? Retiring 9 years early. Retiring 9 years ahead of schedule. 9 years. What is that worth? JB, what is that worth? What is 9 years of your life worth? What's 9 years of your life worth? Time is what we actually seek. I know that's a rhetorical question. I can't put a price tag on what 9 years of my life is. You can't put a price on that. JB says, do not wait. People join now. JB knows his stuff. JB's a smart man. Taking profits, priceless. Right, yeah. Smooth Brain says, so true, though. It is. It really is. It's so true. It's so true. Well, let me explain something to you guys, right? Let me explain something to you. I said something to you guys before, and yes, I still have all my trade ideas I want to share with you guys. I got a list of them. I got 5 different stocks, and then I have another idea that I'm going to share with you guys. Some of these positions I'm already in. I'm in a handful of positions, but I'll talk about what positions I'm already in, which ones I'm probably going to reload, which some new ideas that I'm going to be going after this week. But let's talk a little bit about Israel and Iran. Let's talk about that first. because when futures opened up, oil gapped up like 6%. Because obviously things have intensified over the weekend with Israel and Iran. And that gap up in oil, I felt was excessive. What I will say to you guys right now about Israel and Iran is the following. I've been doing this for 18 years. And if you go back even further than that, every single time that there has ever been volatility in the Middle East, war in the Middle East, I've been in for 5 months. I guarantee I've saved myself 5+ years of struggle, says Jacob Olson. Jacob, I'm really, I got to be honest with you guys. Jacob, I see you every day, brother. I see you every day. I know you and I spoke on Friday. I see you every single day inside chat, and you have progressed wonderfully. I mean that honestly, Jacob. I've recognized it. I see your comments in chat. I know you DM me a lot, and you and I have some conversations. But you're progressing very nicely, man. Keep it up. And I know you bust your ass at this. You're taking this real seriously, and it shows, and it's paying off. So just keep at it, man. Stay on that path. TGD is the best. I got 400% profits on GLD swing in 3 days. Mario, that sounds nice. 400% in 3 days. I'll take that. Who wouldn't be happy with 400% in 3 days? You got to be nuts to not be happy with 400% in 3 days. But, when it comes to this, let me go back to the Middle East. Every single time that you've ever had escalation in violence and war and everything else, every single time over the last several decades, it has been a buying opportunity. Every single time. There's not one instance where things escalated in the Middle East and it did not turn into a buying opportunity within less than a year later. There's just not, I'm not even giving you my opinion on what's happening now. I'm just telling you from a market view, from a market standpoint. Go back and look. Take my word for it. Go back and look. Go back and look every time there's ever been a hiccup in the Middle East and see where the market was 1 year later. Just go look. Everyone has been a buying opportunity. Every single one. Now, as we get into this scenario, though, there's something else lingering that we need to talk about. And it's not necessarily war that we need to worry about from a market standpoint. Obviously, from like human and a morality and humanity, like war is not good. People die. It's right. Nobody wants war. But this isn't a YouTube channel that talks about that. This is a YouTube channel that talks about how we make money from the market. So every single world catalyst, we move on over into, okay, well, what's the market's response of it going to be, and how do we make money from it? That's our job. Okay, that's our job. The reason why this scenario we have to pay extra close attention to is because we are on a fragile eggshell of inflation. I am very pleased with the inflation numbers that I have seen over the last 3 months. Inflation has steadily been coming down. We are back to inflation levels in early 2021 before the huge surge in inflation. We're back to inflationary levels that we saw in 2018. We are back to lower levels of inflation. And we are heading in the right direction. But there are inflationary pressures that are in here, that are in the economy. With you have tariffs can add a little bit of an inflationary, see, here's what I think about when I think about inflation. And I said this to you guys on the live stream a month ago, or 1 month or 2 months ago. I forgot when we first started having this conversation, but I gave you guys my view on tariffs and inflation. And I was explaining that I did not think that tariffs were going to lead to a reacceleration in inflation. And the reason for that I gave was the following. Well, inflation is not a price, it's a rate of change. Tariff is a price, right? So if tariffs go on, price goes up, inflation goes up for that period. But then what about the next month? So if you had a good that went from $100 to $104 because of a tariff, what about the next month? It's not going to go to 108. It'll go to 104.12 cents. So the rate of change from one month to the next, the rate of change would crater, right? The tariff, theoretically speaking, would be a one-time price hike on the tariff. Price goes up, but then it doesn't go up that rate. It's not a rate of change. A tariff is a price hike. Inflation is a rate of change. So, and what's a really good solution to how do you actually get inflation down? You lower demand. Well, if the price of goods goes up, demand for those goods would go down. And you already have an economy that's been slowing. So if you go into this situation where you get a price hike from a tariff, and then you get a slowing economy, slowing demand for those goods, I didn't think that there was going to be, you'll see a bump in inflation when the tariffs actually get filtered through, but I didn't think it would be like a long-lasting reacceleration. It'll be like a bump in inflation, but I think that bump would work its way then back down as time went on. I didn't think it would be like a bump, and then it's like, oh no, that's not what I thought that we were going to see when it comes to tariffs. But nonetheless, the bump is still there, okay? That bump is still there. But if you then throw rising oil prices on top of that, that's when inflation could get problematic. Because the biggest driver behind inflation is energy prices and shelter, home, rent, housing prices, right? Those are the two biggest components, the two biggest factors in inflation numbers. So if you have a situation with Israel and Iran that actually causes Iran to close the Strait of Hormuz, that would cause oil prices to skyrocket even further than they already have. Oil shot considerably higher last week, and we're higher again now. I personally do not believe that oil is going to go back to $115, $120 a barrel. I don't think that's going to happen. But I have to be prepared for the very possibility that it could. Because I don't know what's going to happen with Israel and Iran. I have no idea. I have no idea how this is going to play out. I don't know if this is going to is this going to spread? Is it going to get worse? Is the worst behind us? Is this just getting started and the worst is yet to come? I have no idea. I have no idea. Neither do you. I have no idea. But if something like that were to happen, you're going to see the cost of oil skyrocket. That would be a problem for inflation. That could be the spark that ignites the fuse of inflation. That's why we have to pay attention to this scenario. Now you're saying, well, what makes this any different from the last time that Israel and Iran were shooting missiles and rockets back and forth at each other? Why is this any different? Because that ended up being a blip on the radar and it was irrelevant and it ended just as quickly as it started and the markets just continued to move higher. So what makes this any different? Well, it makes it different this time because we're in a position where we're trying to get inflation back down. And if oil prices begin to skyrocket, that's going to be hard to do. And we need the Fed to cut rates this year. Okay. If the Fed does not cut rates this year, I think the economy really has a hard time at the end of this year, going into next year. I think the economy will be in trouble if the Fed does not cut rates this year. And the reason why the Fed would not cut rates this year, okay, is if inflation was still a problem. So you don't want to see that happen. You want to see this end quickly. You want to see oil prices come back down, and you want to see the Fed be able to cut rates this year. So I'll just take you to my charts real quick. I actually don't have my futures up right now, but I'm going to show you the USO. USO is not the price of oil. Okay. It is not the price of oil, but it is an ETF that tracks oil futures. And I just want to show you this resistance level up here in the low 80s. I just want to show you this. right? You guys see that? Oil was up 6%. Crude, ticker symbol CL, was up 6% 3 hours ago. It's now up 1%. So it's beginning to fade. One of my ideas coming into this week, and I'll just share one of my ideas with you now. One of my ideas coming into this week was going to be, if we got a big gap up on oil, was to actually fade the gap up. Okay? It was to fade the gap up. That's what I was thinking about, was a gap up in the USO into these low to mid 80s was actually, I would fade it against 85. So like if we gapped up tomorrow to like 83, 84, I was going to fade that gap up and look for a short against like an $85 stop on USO, which I'm probably not going to do now unless something changes between now and tomorrow, because that fade has already happened. The fade happened overnight. You got the big gap up 6%. And now you're only up 1%. So it's a bit of a fade now. It's kind of already happened. So this was one idea that I had coming into this week. If there is any, and I'm telling you guys this now, if there is any pause or stop, oil is going to plummet because the economy is slowed. The global economy is slowed. There's not this like raging demand for oil that you normally see like in a rapidly accelerating economy. So I feel like oil will probably go back into the 60s pretty quickly if something like this were to, if the Israel-Iran situation were to settle down or de-escalate. Would I recommend holding the oil stocks that we bought in 2022? Lemuel Perez. So in 2022, I named oil my number one commodity pick for 22. Not forever, but just for the year of 2022. And it's part of my market outlook report. I issue this market outlook report every single year for members of TTG. At the end of the year, either the last week of December or the first week of January, I give everybody it's like a long, I think this year's report was like 16 pages long. I spend like 3 weeks putting this together, tons of research and hours of analysis. And I tell you what I think the markets are going to do and what stocks I'm going to buy, which sectors I think are going to do well. And going into 2022, I actually sold in my long-term portfolio the end of 21. I told everybody I believed that we were going to crash in 2022. I'm not just making this shit up. You guys, members of TTG, are all here. They all can verify all of this. And I went into oil stocks: Chevron, Exxon, Devon Energy, ConocoPhillips, Pioneer, which ended up getting bought out for sick premium. So our shares got bought out when that company got acquired. Occidental Petroleum, One Oak. I think that's it. Oh, and Marathon Oil. So we went ahead and we started buying all those stocks, but all the way back in 2022. And that's when oil ended up going to $120 a barrel. You guys can see the stocks have exploded since 22. That's Chevron, that's ExxonMobil, that's One Oak, Occidental. So we bought all these stocks back here in 2022. But when these stocks shot up, Lemuel Perez, I started selling that same year. So like when oil went to $120 a barrel, I began selling oil stocks. I still own them, but they're not large positions. Okay. Like I took profits on Chevron. I took profits on Exxon. I took profits on Occidental. Took profits on One Oak. Took profits on Marathon Oil. I took profits on Devon Energy. I was drawing a blank there for a second. Took profits on Devon Energy. PXD was Pioneer. It's no longer around. This isn't even a charter PXD. They got taken out. ConocoPhillips. Like I took profits on all these names. And then when I took those profits, I rolled them all back into in 2022. We ended up rebuying all of our tech stocks. We ended up buying NVIDIA, AMD, and Microsoft, and Amazon, and Meta, and CrowdStrike, and Snowflake, and Palo Alto, and the list goes on, right? We ended up buying all those stocks back in 2022. So I'm not overweight energy anymore. I was only overweight energy for like 6 months. But I still own them. If you still own a lot of them, I think, taking profits on this spike in oil and this pop in energy prices and oil stocks, I think you trim out of them if you still own too many, because I don't believe that there's a lot of growth like moving forward for oil stocks. You're not going to get 100, 200% gainers like I think you're going to in a lot of the tech names that we ended up rolling back into. So, if you're looking at, maybe take some profits off on some of those positions or lighten up, but I'm not going to sell out of them entirely because they pay great dividends. You can get like 2.5 to 5, 6, 7, some of them even 8% dividends. So they're nice little stocks to have. Just let them collect the dividend, but you don't want to, at least I don't want to be overweight those names. I want to be overweight back into all the tech stocks. Okay. So, but I think that if what has happened in the past with these situations in the Middle East, is that's not true, Ian. That's literally not true. Which oil are you looking at? I think it was went to like 115 in 2022. It literally went to like 115. Maybe it didn't go over 120. I think it went to like 115 and change, something like that. I mean, you're splitting hairs, dude. Like, it's not like I said 150. But, you went to like over 115. You have Brent, right? You have crude, you have WTI, right? There's different, depends on what you're looking at. You'd be looking at Brent, you'd be looking at WTI. But yeah, 115 back in 2022. But yeah, so I don't think this move in oil is sustained. I don't think oil is going to go back over $100 a barrel. In order for that to happen, the Strait of Hormuz has to be completely closed, which would suck. It definitely is possible. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. So I don't think this is a situation where it's like everyone should pile into oil long now. I think it's too late, right? I think it's too late to do something like that. And I think that this move higher, I think it should be sold. Now, I'm going to look really stupid if, in 2 weeks, oil's at 100. I get that. But I don't know how this Israel and Iran situation is going to play out. But if history was to tell me anything, it's that whenever oil spikes on Middle Eastern tensions, it's temporary and it's short-lived. So I'm not looking to like pile in long, those are just my thoughts there. Those are just my thoughts. So yeah. Oh, hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second. Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys. All right. Anyway. All right. So yeah. So those are my thoughts on oil. Like I said, but I'll let you guys know if my thoughts are going to change. Obviously, I just think that the one thing that I literally don't even think it's a matter of Israel and Iran like escalating further. It's just as long as the Strait of Hormuz stays open, I don't think oil is going to spike to like $100 a barrel. So we'll just have to just watch that. All right, we'll just have to just watch that. All right, guys, real quick, just a quick one quick show of hands, right? Just a quick show of hands. All right, quick show of hands. How many people are still on the live with me now that are not members of True Trading Group? Do me a favor, type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group, just real quick. And then we're going to get into my trade ideas here for the week. If you're not a member, go ahead and type the letters TTG real quick. Just do me a favor. I want to see who we got here. Just go ahead. Type the letters TTG if you guys are not a member of True Trading Group. I might have something special for you guys. Ken, what's up? I appreciate you still being here, Ken. You've been here from the very start, man. I think I saw you like literally with a couple of minutes into the stream. We've got Mona, we've got Mark, Thomas, Barry, Cryptopino. I like that username. Guide It, Jay Wooten, Michael Horsley. Nothing's an accident, brother. You didn't find me by accident. You found me because the stock market gods deemed it so. Because you're ready to make some damn money this week. Myself and the 10,000 members of True Trading Group are ready to kick some serious ass. So, Michael, it's not an accident, right? It's not an accident. Chris, what's up? Oh, Holloway, what's up, my man? Holloway, good to see you back. Hope you're doing well. Ahmad, how are you? What's up, what's up, what's up? Beautiful. Listen, those of you that are not members of True Trading Group, okay? We have been very hard at work, okay? Those of you that are not members of True Trading Group, I want you to do yourself a favor right now. I have something very special. I have something very special for you, okay? I have something very special for you. You see, at True Trading Group, we've been very hard at work. And now the question is why. I know. I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to show you. We have been very hard at work. Okay. What I'm showing you guys right now, okay, is the brand spanking new offer for all of you that are not members of True Trading Group. You guys are going to start to learn how to learn faster, trade smarter, and profit sooner, right? I want you to understand what you're looking at right now. True Trading Group's platform is a platform. It is not just courses and alerts. Okay. True Trading Group allows you to take every single aspect, tool, and resource that you need in order to become a successful trader. And it brings it all together into our award-winning AI platform, Mari. And it considers you. It is customized for you. No two people trade the same. I don't trade the same as you. And it is completely unfair to expect to think that your entire success is going to be based on whether or not you can figure out how to trade exactly like I do. We have different schedules. We are at different parts in our lives. We have different incomes. We have different risk tolerances. To think that you are going to do exactly what I do, exactly the way that I do it, is unfair. And it's not the way that 10,000 members in True Trading Group are finding success. What I hope members get from me is to learn the fundamentals and the foundation of what I use and what I've tuned into my own trading and investing. At TTG, we have literally just cracked the code for you guys, and we don't even know who you are. And how is that possible? It's because we take all of the tools that are available on our platform. Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, short data, analyst ratings, congressional trading data, TradingView premium charting software, the Trade Ideas scanner. All of this is included and brought together in one place, and that is Mari. Mari is our AI. It is your AI trading co-pilot that allows all of your tools and resources to communicate with each other and consider you the individual. Consider your strengths, your weaknesses, your interests, your trading style to give you actionable insight and information to help you make the best possible decisions you can. That is True Trading Group. We are powered with partnerships with the NASDAQ, Benzinga Pro, OpenAI, TradingView, Unusual Whales. And I want you guys to take a look at this. Go to ttgoffer90.com. That is ttgoffer90.com. If you are not a member of True Trading Group, go to ttgoffer90.com. I want you to think about this for a second. Can you guys relate to this? Picture yourself as this little robot. All these screens are everything that you're expected to manage and pay attention to in order to succeed during trading, no matter what. That's unrealistic to think that you're going to be able to pay attention to all of these different things while you're working a full-time job or you're taking your kid to soccer practice. You don't have to. These tools can now, instead of you watching 50 different screens, these tools can go live. You can go live your life, have access to the best education and tools, and all work in the same spot together and have them consider you where you are on your journey. This way, you don't have to do everything that I do or everything that another mod does. This way, you can go ahead and make this work for you. Because at the end of the day, that is what matters. Will this work for you? Okay, TTG enables all your tools to work together for you. Okay. Here you have it. Go to ttgoffer90.com. The core of your success, Mari, your AI co-pilot. Mari is not just a research tool. It's your personal AI co-pilot that connects every part of your TTG core membership into one intelligent, easy-to-use system. It brings our entire 22-course curriculum, Benzinga Pro News, real-time data for stocks, options, futures, crypto, TradingView charts, options flow, and more. So everything works together in sync, tailored for you. Just ask it in plain English, and Mari will deliver you guys fast, clear, personalized insights built for your trading style. Your questions, your next move. No complex prompts. Talk to it in plain English, the way you would talk to me. Go to ttgoffer90.com. You'll get Mari, the AI co-pilot, our 22-course curriculum, which is a simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. Beginner courses, advanced courses, all of it's there for you guys. Daily watch lists, so you start every day prepared. The chat room with all the trade alerts. You have to join myself and 8 other professional traders. Receive real-time trade alerts, entries, exits. This way you can follow along with everything that we are doing during the day. You get Benzinga Pro's newsfeed, TradingView's premium charting softwares. 1,000 hours inside of our video library. You do not need to pay more to have access to the AI to get started. You simply go to ttgoffer90.com. You do not need to pay more to have access to the AI to get started. ttgoffer90.com. You get to join our 10,000 member community, guys, from 115 different countries with a renewal rate of 75%. You guys can join our 90-day core membership for just $247. Every single thing that you see on this page is included for $247. Everything on that page is $247 for 90 days. Now, listen to me carefully. After the 90 days are up, you are not automatically charged again for another 90 days. You are also not automatically upgraded to an annual membership. After your 90-day membership is over, it is simply over, and you are never charged anything ever again. If you want to upgrade to become an annual member at True Trading Group, you must manually process that transaction yourself. And in doing so, you'll unlock our double your money back guarantee. See, we believe so strongly in what it is that we built here inside True Trading. We believe so strongly that this platform can help you guys reach your goals that we will offer you double your money back if you're unable to make your membership fee back at least once during your membership. Go through our courses, pass our quizzes, attend one study group, and if you cannot make back what you pay for an annual membership at least once during your membership, we will not just give you back what you paid, we'll give you back twice, double what you paid. Hi, TG coordinators. I just joined last week for the other offer and paid $300, but without the AI access. Will you considering adding the AI Mari for me to try? Thanks. We already did it. It's already included for you. You log into the platform, it's already there for you. Listen, Mike S., I'm talking to Mike S. specifically. We do have a trial, but I just want to be fully transparent. Mike S. and anybody else that is a trial member, I want to be fully transparent. If you sign up for our trial, you will not have the ability to purchase a 90-day membership for $247. Okay? The people that go to that join the trial, when your trial, it's a 7-day trial. When your trial is over, you have one choice: a 1-year membership for $1,497. If you are okay with that, then by all means join the trial. But if you don't want that and you'd rather spend $247 right now on Father's Day for 90 days, you go to ttgoffer90.com now and sign up. If you are a trial member and you guys would like the 90-day offer for $247 with everything included, including the award-winning AI platform, it's all included. Everything on this page is included. Okay? Send a text message if you're a trial member and you want the 90-day deal. It's a much better deal. It's $247 for 90 days. Way less upfront commitment. You guys get to trade with us for 90 days. Use the AI Copilot. See if this can work for you before you got to spend, $1,000 to lock yourself up for a year. $247. Try us out for 90 days. Let's turn that 247 into 500. Let's do that. Let's start there. Let's start small. Let's manage expectations. Because we are going to be charging $427 for 90 days. I'm giving it to you for $247 because I'm celebrating Father's Day. It's my first Father's Day, in case you guys are just joining. My daughter's 10 months old. So something special we're doing here tonight. $247 for 90 days. Okay, it will be $427 for 90 days. But right now it's $247. All right? We got to welcome Annabelle and Esteban. Annabelle and Esteban, welcome to the TTG fam. Everybody welcome Annabelle and Esteban. Annabelle and Esteban, welcome. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So if you have any questions, guys, listen, if you have any questions or if you're a trial member and you want the 90-day deal, just send us a text message. Okay. We'll answer any questions you have. We'll help you guys any way that we can. Text us at 1-888-621-2127. Again, that's 1-888-621-2127. Okay, again, that's 1-888-621-2127. Phone number is right down there at the bottom of the screen. Text that number if you guys have any questions. Anything you need help with, anything you're unsure about, anything you want to know. Okay, Akinbode, you're currently a trial. You want to try the 90-day membership. Then you specifically send a text message to that phone number right there at the bottom of the screen. 1-888-621-2127. Just text that number right now. If you're a trial member, we will help you out because we have to manually, because you're already a trial. Normally, trial members don't have access to this offer, but it's Father's Day. We're going to help you guys out. If you want it, text that number and we'll manually process the transaction for you to become a 90-day member, and you get access to all this stuff. You guys will be able to use Mari, our AI trading co-pilot, something that I have incorporated into my trading every single day. You guys have to understand, I'm an old dog, man. I don't like new tricks. I'm set in my ways. I've been doing this for 18 years. My strategies, proven, tested, built over many years. I don't like change. I don't like new stuff. And I'm going to be dead honest with you guys. I was hesitant at first. I really was. I was hesitant to incorporate AI into my trading because I feel like I didn't need it. I'm like, what I have works. I know that. I didn't want to mess with it. But as Adam and our development team have spent years, 7 figures in investment and thousands of hours in time and development time, building out this platform that received the Benzinga FinTech Chairman's Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. Guys, I realized that this isn't a matter of what's not broke, don't fix. This isn't, for me, it wasn't fixing anything. It was enhancing. And that's what I think you guys need to, how I want you to think about this. Our AI trading copilot is, yes, it can fix things for you. It can help answer your questions. It can improve your analysis. It can help you break down support and resistance, build a trading plan, suggest options, suggest profit targets and stop losses, and help you manage position size based on your risk tolerance and your strengths. And it can recommend specific trades based on your experience, your strengths, and your weaknesses. Can help you even with trader psychology. It can even help you with trader psychology. It can help you stay accountable. It can help you stick to your rules. And it can incorporate all of our tools in one place where they can all communicate and interact with each other. This saves me a tremendous amount of time. I use it mostly to save me time. And it also verifies and confirms for me what I believe the analysis that I am seeing. You guys get to use this for 90 days for $247. Never mind, get all the trade alerts. Honestly, I feel like just the chat room and our trade alerts is worth more than $247 for 90 days. You guys are going to get to use the AI platform. Get in there. TTGoffer90.com, $247 for 90 days. Any questions, text us, 1-888-621-2127. After today, it's $427 for 90 days. So it's $247 tonight for Father's Day. Okay? Get it? Got it? Good. Again, that is ttgoffer90.com. Go ahead, guys. Check it out. Sharon says, give your life a chance. Simply will be the best 247 you've invested. Mike is real. TGD is the real thing. Do it. Amen. Yeah, it's true. Honestly, you know what's funny though? Every single person that's on this live stream, you have all lost way more than $247 on some silly trade that somebody on a Discord room told you about, or on Twitter. You know you have. Every one of you have lost more than $247. Think about, what do you guys have to lose? Join us, 10,000 members from all over the world. Award-winning platform, partnerships with OpenAI and Unusual Whales and Benzinga and TradingView and Trade. I mean, we have a partnership with the NASDAQ. Literally, we have a data partnership agreement directly with the NASDAQ exchange. See what this is all about. Okay. Any questions, text us. Join for 247. Let's make some damn money together. And then if after your 90 days, you're not happy, I'll give you an extra 30 days on the house. How's that? If after your 90 days, you're unhappy and you're like, you know what? The 247 really wasn't worth it. No problem. Stay with us for 30 more days. Free. That's how much I think you're going to love using our platform. That I'm willing to give you 30 days free if you're unimpressed. I'll give you 30 days for free. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious because I believe that you're not even going to wait 90 days. I think you're going to be a member for maybe 2 weeks, and then you're going to become an annual member. And when you become an annual member, you unlock the double your money back guarantee. So let's say, for example, you pay $1,000 for an annual membership. If you can't make $1,000 back, we give you back $2,000. You just have to go through our courses, pass the quizzes, and attend one study group. That's it. Our refund rate is less than 2.5%. That's why I have no problem offering the double your money back guarantee. So go to ttgoffer90.com right now and get your button chat. It's going to be a big week. Speaking of big week, let's talk about how we're going to make some damn money this week. I got some really great trade ideas. I got some positions that I'm already in. So I want to update you on those positions and give you some new trade ideas that I'm not in yet that we're going to be going over, okay? So again, ttgoffer90.com. For those of you that are not members that want to join, it's 90 days, $247. That's it. It will be $427 for 90 days. It's $247 now for Father's Day. It's my first Father's Day. I'm celebrating. And I'm celebrating by offering this to you. Text us with questions, 1-888-621-2127. Let's take it to the chats. Okay, markets. Right now, I believe we're going to be in a little bit of a consolidation, kind of a holding period. I don't necessarily know if the market's going to rip back to the all-time high. I also don't know if we're going to pull all the way back to 575. That is your zone right now. Okay? That is your zone. I got to put my charts back up. Hold on. I realize that you are not seeing my charts. I got you. Thank you, Joseph. Okay, charts. SPY. All-time high. Right? And then here's your support level. And I really honestly, these are major levels. Okay. What I drew for you right now, these are major levels. Okay. There's minor levels that are mixing between here. We'll talk about those as well. But these are your major levels. And I really got to be honest with you. I really don't think the markets are going to break out of this range anytime soon, unless something crazy were to happen, that a black swan event we can't foresee happening. But I'm not looking for the markets to like do this because of like what's happening with like Israel and Iran. I'm not looking for the markets to do this. Okay. I think in order for the market to do something like this, I think the conflict would have to escalate to a point where the United States gets involved militarily, which would be a bad thing market-wise. If that happens, then I think you would see the markets maybe pull back like that. If oil were to go over $100 a barrel because the Strait of Hormuz is closed and everything else, then maybe I can see the markets going back down here. But again, I'm going to trade as if that is not going to be the case. Okay. That's how I'm going to do this. Okay. Now I'm going to be looking at this week a bit neutral. What happened to my charts? You guys can't see my charts anymore, can you? You still can. I can't on my end. So all right, then I'll just keep going because on the software we use for the live stream, my screen is blank. So it looks like you guys can't see my charts, but as long as you still can, I'm going to keep going. All right. I'm going to keep going. Okay. I just can't see what's on the screen. So Joe, Adam, if you guys, I can't see anything that's on the screen. So if you put up something, just let me know. Or actually, I could see comments. I just can't see my screen share for whatever reason. All right, we're good. Let's keep going. I'm going to come into this week neutral because I honestly, I don't really know what the hell is going to happen here with Israel and Iran. So I'm going to come in neutral, which means I'm looking for longs and shorts. Okay. When I come into a neutral trading week, it means I think that we could actually be looking at a situation where, you could have a couple of green days, you could have a couple of red days. When I come in, to a trading week with very with a lot of conviction on market direction, my watch list is usually predominantly one-sided. If I come into a week and I'm like, guys, listen, I think the market's going to rip this week, my watch list is dominated with longs. So I think the market's going to crash, my watch list is dominated with shorts. This week, I think we can have a little bit of some uncertainty around what happens with Israel and Iran. And because I don't know what's going to happen there, we're going to be neutral. We're going to come in we have long and short ideas. Let's talk about all of them. First up is Circle. Circle was a massive trade for us on Friday. We caught damn near almost this whole move. Okay, we got long Circle on Friday, at $113 right there. And we rode this damn thing all the way up. I mean, we just literally rode this thing right into the close. Just continue to take profits along the way. And I'm still long a very small piece of this position. I'm long a runner. I sold like over 90% of my position on Friday. But I am still long. And we ran right up into your all-time high, which is also that pivot top. So the reason why Circle was so strong on Friday was because you had this announcement that Amazon and Walmart were looking into developing their own stablecoins. And obviously, what does Circle do? Stablecoins. So that was a huge catalyst for them. The stock's been absolutely on a tear ever since the IPO. We've caught this trade now on 2 separate occasions for the long. It's been unreal. Okay. I'm sorry. We've traded Circle 3 times. I'm sorry, in the last week and a half. So I'm still long a really small piece. And what I'm just looking for here, guys, is I just want to see if we can hold in like maybe 130 and do something that looks like this. I kind of feel like it might still have juice. It might still have juice. So what I'm doing here now, I'm going to wait and see, do we break 138? If we break 138, I'm going to look for 138 to be support. I might reload the position, look for a move into the 140s or 50s. We got to welcome Ahmad. Ahmad, my pleasure to have you part of the group, brother. I saw your comments earlier. Everybody welcome Ahmad, newest member of the group. Guys, again, ttgoffer90.com. Go check it out. See what's included. It's 90 days. It's $247. Every one of you have lost more than $247 on some silly trade. You know that. You know that's true. So why don't we invest the $247 into the TG platform for 90 days? Why? Why do I think you should? Because people are making money with this platform. People are making money using these things that you have available to you. You don't believe me? Watch. Members, are you making money with the things that are included with your TTG membership? The TTG platform, the AI. Are you making money being a member of TTG? Type the number 1. Type the number 1 if you are making money because of TTG. Anyone that's not a member and that is maybe checking out the page, you're reading what's included, everything that's included, that stuff's all great. This is what matters more than anything else, is whether or not the platform helps our members make money. That's what matters most. And as you can see, the answer is undoubtedly yes. Go to ttgoffer90.com, see what's included in the TTG core membership. It's 90 days, it's $247. The AI Copilot Mari, the 22 course curriculum, our chat room, the trade alerts, the watch list, the Benzinga real-time news feed, trading view charts, 1,000 hours of our video library, red screen workshops, the trade idea scanner, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data. All this stuff is included. What do you have to lose? Text us if you need help. Text us if you have any questions. 1-888-621-2127. Again, that's 1-888-621-2127. Mitch is averaging $500 per week, spending time on lunch because I can't spend time during the day with my job. Some weeks I make an extra $1,000. Look at that comment there by Mitch. $500 per week average, spending time on his lunch hour. Can't spend time during the day because of his job. Some weeks makes an extra $1,000. That's what this is about. Guys, 90 days, 247. After that, it's 427, 247 tonight. Text us with questions, 1-888-621-2127. Let's go back to the charts. Circle, okay? So you guys know I'm already long, full disclosure, for 113. We're going to look to see, do we break the all-time high? If so, we're going to look to possibly reload that position, okay? Then I'm already long that. Then I want you to take a look at NVTS. I'm also already in NVTS. I want to see if this stock holds $7 to like $6.80, $6.87. I want to see, does NVTS, does it do this? Bear with me while I try to draw this damn thing. If NVTS does this, tomorrow, and I literally mean tomorrow, if it does this and holds this 9 EMA, then I think that the remainder of the week, I think you'll see NVTS do this. What you want to look for tomorrow is, does this stock test $7 and then reverse? If the stock gets down to $7 and then gets back to like $7.50, $7.60, I believe this is a long, and it would be a swing trade. You can hold it for several days, okay? But the confirmation signal would be if we test 7, maybe get to 690, whatever, and then get back to 750, 760. Then I think that this is a solid long. If that happens, keep that one on watch here for this week. All right. So there's 2 longs. Now let's move over to 2 shorts. 1 short, GameStop, right? GameStop. We shorted GameStop last week. Okay. Made some money on GameStop. We are still short GameStop. All right. What I'm looking for from GameStop is just $21. I'm looking for something that looks like that. Okay. Looking for something that looks like that. I want us to get down and test this support level. Right. I want to get down and test that support level that you see right there, that double bottom from March, April. That is where I want this stock to get to. Any bounce up towards 22.75, 23, we'll look for that to be resistance and see if the stock can drop to 21. The target will be 21. All right. If it gets above 23.25, we'll stop out of the rest of the position. But I'm actually already took the short on GameStop. We're just looking to see if we can get a little bit further down towards 21. And then a position I'm not in yet, but I'm looking to get into, and it is Coreweave. If Coreweave breaks $143, I am going to short it, and I think it's going to flush into the low 130s. Now, here's the thing. I could not get a borrow on shares of Coreweave last week to short it. So I'm going to check tomorrow morning if I use Lightspeed. If Lightspeed has a borrow, I will borrow shares. I'll pay the locate fee. And I'll look to short the stock if it breaks 143. If I can't get a locate to actually short shares, I will buy put options. I will buy Friday's expiration, the 140 strike put. Okay. So I will buy the 140 strike put, Friday's expiration, if I cannot get a locate. I'll take you to a shorter time frame chart. I'll take you to we'll go to a 5-minute chart just so I can show you. I'm looking at this double bottom. See this double bottom? This is Friday's low and Thursday's low. See that? Nice little double bottom right there. We rallied back up and we also put in a double top and faded into the close. So here you see there's Thursday's high and there's Friday's high. Very strange. Very strange that you are going to see 2 days that share the exact same high of the day and the exact same low of the day. That is very strange. Okay. Now, usually stocks will share the same high of the day. I mean, you can share 2 different days can share the same high. 2 different days might share the same low. But for 2 days to share both the highs and the lows, That's a very important level. And if Coreweave on Monday does that, and I see this big surge in trading volume, I am going to short Coreweave. My stop loss will probably be 146. Okay. Or I'll buy put options if I can't get to borrow. And my target, okay, we have to welcome Bishop. Guys, everybody welcome Bishop. Bishop just joined, the newest member of the group. Bishop, welcome to the family. Everybody welcome Bishop. All right, everybody welcome Bishop, newest member to the group. Bishop, welcome. All right, so let's go back over to the daily. And let me show you now, right? We'll draw the line across 143. Okay, that's my breakdown point. I'm short under that line. My target is going to be down here. You know what? Let me actually draw a box instead of lines so I can show you my target. That's my target. Okay. That's my target. All right. So we are going to look for a Coreweave to do something like this. Okay. We're going to look for Coreweave to do something that looks like that. So I'm giving you very specific setups, right? I'm giving you specific prices. If the stock breaks this level, we're going to do this. How can we confirm the level is broken? You want to see the level get cleared, and obviously that's more of a complex topic we can talk about another time, but I teach members how to understand when a level is cleared versus when a level is just being tested. It has a lot to do with understanding how wide a support and resistance level is. And we want to see an increase in volume, right? We want to see a big increase in volume, break 143. If that's the case, we'll be short against 145, 146. And we look for a stock then to drop down into, at least 130, possibly 125, but at least 130. Okay. All right. And then you guys have, and then also, last but not least, actually, Boeing. We found out some more I don't know. Oh my God, Holloway, you joined? Holloway, you joined? I am so happy right now. Guys, everybody give a big shout out to Holloway. The reason why I'm so happy right now is because Holloway has been a viewer on YouTube for, Holloway, I feel like you've been here for 2 years. Maybe it just feels that way, but Holloway, how long have you been watching the YouTube channel? I am so happy. I used to always say to Holloway, Holloway, one of these days, I'm going to call your name. One of these days. Holloway, where are you, man? I'm like genuinely happy because he's been on so many live streams. He's like a very faithful viewer of the channel. Okay, so Lency joined 2 years ago, and Lency remembers me talking about Holloway on the stream. No, Ray, that's a great question. That has no meaning. It's just a setting that I just never changed. I don't pay attention to whether a volume bar is green or red. It's just a setting. There's Holloway. Holloway, there you are, my man. I'm so happy you joined, man. I really am. Holloway, what was it? What made you finally pull the trigger? Because I know you've been a viewer for a long time. Was it the new page? What? Oh, you're from New Jersey? I also live in New Jersey. So you're in Elizabeth? You're not too far away from me. Elizabeth, I may be 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes from Elizabeth. I'm in Morris County. That's excellent, man. Holloway, I'm happy for you, brother. But yeah, what was it though? I'm curious. Holloway, what was it that what made you finally pull the trigger? No, Jose, it's coming right now, brother. Oh my, I know. Blessed Hot Mess goes, she finds short squeezes. Talking about Mari. So Mari, our AI, finds short squeezes. And she goes, how many have we traded the last into, Mike? Oh my God. Yeah, we've traded a bunch. Circle was one, right? Obviously, we had SBET. Remember SBET, right? We'll see if NVTS gives us a short squeeze. There was what? RE. What was the one from last week? We just traded one last week. REMB or something. I forgot the ticker symbol. We just traded a short squeeze last week. Yeah, we should have named our short squeeze seeker, the SSS. Yeah. Well, anyway, Holloway, welcome to the family, man. I'm so happy that you joined. I really am. Holloway, you have any questions? Okay? Hit me up. Reach out. Ask. Okay? I tell members of your trading group, do not ever feel like you are bothering the moderators. The moderators, it is our job to help you. RBNE, thank you, Bayside Warrior. Yeah, we caught RBNE. We caught a bunch. We got a bunch of short squeezes. But anywho, yeah, Boeing. So Boeing, obviously, the very unfortunate news, right? Very unfortunate news last week about the plane crash, the Air India plane. A horrible circumstance. But this is a huge level, and the level held last week. So, you know, there's support, then resistance, then you broke above it last month, and then it just became support with a nice little hammer tail here. From a technical standpoint, unless there's going to be news about what happened to the plane, from a technical standpoint, it looks like Boeing wants to bounce. From a technical standpoint, this candle, okay, this candle is a confirmed test and hold of a major support level. Okay, you guys can look at this level. Look at all that. Look at all that support. And then you got underneath it, and it was resistance. Then you got back above it. It was support. Back underneath it, resistance. Back above it, support. So, you know, I just feel like I've been taking care of 97-year stepmom, just got a break to put my life back. Wow. Well, Holloway, you know, I'm sorry that things have been tough lately. And I hope you are excited about putting your life back together. And it's going to be my pleasure, my honor, brother, to help you do that. So welcome to the family officially. All right. So this level on Boeing, guys, it's just such a huge level. I can't ignore it. You know, I just got to pay attention to what's going on in the news cycle here with Boeing. But if we get even a sniff of it wasn't like a quality control issue, or it was some kind of like a fluke freak accident or anything that makes this situation less of Boeing's fault and less preventable from like a quality control standpoint, I think Boeing's going to bounce, you know. But if there's a piece of news that comes out that it just shows like complete disaster, you know, then that level breaks, and then you gotta just don't even think about going long. Don't even think about going long if you get a piece of news like that and this thing breaks 195. 195 is your line in the sand. It breaks 195, just get the hell out of there. Okay, just get the hell out of there if it breaks 195. All right, and that's it, guys. All right, that is all she wrote. That takes me to my second code word of the night. Okay. Second code word of the night is Fed. All right. Fed. All right. So your code words for tonight are oil, Fed. All right. Oil, Fed. Those are your two code words. Macaulay 1967. Brother, do me a favor right now. Something special for you. You used to be a member. send a text message right now. McCullough 1967. Send a text message right now to the phone number on the bottom of the screen. We're going to hook you up. 1-888-621-2127. Again, McCullough 1967. 1-888-621-2127. Text that number right now. Seriously, I'm talking to you specifically. You used to be a member. Text that number right now. All right. All right. So, guys, the code words for tonight. Now you have them. That means it is giveaway time. If you are a lifetime member, that's fantastic. It's amazing. It's an oily Fed right there. It's an oily Fed. That's not the type of oil that I was talking about, but fair enough. All right. So listen, if you're an annual member to Trading Group, guys, you are going to, and your name is called, you are going to win a full year worth of STR totally for free. Now, if you're not a member, you have no idea what STR is, don't worry about it. It's worth like $700. It's amazing, but don't worry about it. If you're a lifetime member of True Trading Group, you're going to get a bonus skip the line one-on-one mentor session with any one of the mods of your choice. Can I do this on my phone? I drive all day, but I take breaks. Guys, members of Floyd, I'll let members answer. Guys, members, Floyd Brooks says, can I do this on my phone? I drive all day, but I take breaks. Members, can Floyd do this from his phone? Members, yes or no? I'm not going to answer, Floyd. Pay attention to the comments. You decide for yourself. So, Floyd, put it this way. 82% of, we have about 10,000 members in True Trading Group. 82% of them have a full-time job. It's the only way I trade, says Bayside Warrior. Read some of these comments, Floyd. Look at the members. Look at the members' comments. You absolutely can do it from your phone. We have a mobile app at True Trading Group. It's free when you become a member. Okay. Mario does it from a ship, sometimes overseas. Julie only trades from her phone. Armando says it's actually my preferred method. Jerry P. Therapy says we actually have 2 moderators that trade from their phone. Right? You will get real-time push notifications sent to your cell phone, Floyd, when one of our moderators enters or exits a position. And all of our trade alerts are labeled novice, intermediate, advanced. What those labelings mean, Floyd, is that it doesn't necessarily mean if you're an experienced trader that you should not trade a novice alert and vice versa. That's a fantastic picture. Well played. What it means is novice, intermediate, advanced is telling you the volatility level of the particular trade, because all trades are not created equal, right? Some stocks move slow, some stocks move fast. So when you get an alert, my suggestion to you would be when you see an advanced alert, maybe either take a little bit less position size, or maybe if you can't really pay attention, maybe don't trade it, because that means it's going to be very, very, very volatile. Okay. If you get an intermediate alert, easily can trade that from your phone. You get a novice alert, easily can trade that from your phone. At least start that way, Floyd, until you get comfortable trading from your phone and everything else. And then you can start taking some advanced trades. But I would say when you first start, maybe only do the intermediate and novice trades from your phone. And then as you get more comfortable, because I don't know how experienced you are, Floyd. I don't know, Floyd, if you always trade from your phone, then, maybe you can trade it. But if you're new and you're just trying to kind of find your way, I would say maybe start off with novice, intermediate alerts. So when you get on your phone, you're going to get an alert that says, novice or whatever, and it'll give you the alert of what the ticker symbol, the option, the price, the entry, and everything else. Okay. All right. It's giveaway time. Let's do this, Joe. All right. Good luck, everybody. Let's go ahead and spin that wheel. Let me get the timer ready. And the winner is Edward Fitzsimmons. Clock starts now. Edward Fitzsimmons. The clock starts now. Edward Fitzsimmons. Edward Fitzsimmons. The clock starts now. You have 1 minute and 45 seconds to send a text message to the phone number you see on the bottom of your screen. (786-292-1606). 786-292-1606. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Edward Fitzsimmons. It's freaking awesome. Nancy Pelosi. You have 1 minute, Edward. Oh, Edward Fitzsimmons, you have 50 seconds. Jerome Powell, he doesn't look like he's having fun. Everyone else is having fun. Nancy's having a blast. Sean's having a great time. Jerome looks so upset. 25 seconds left. Yes, Adam is good. 20 seconds. Edward Fitzsimmons, say it ain't so. It's too late for Edward. It's past his bedtime. Edward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time is up. Edward Fitzsimmons, the clock ran out on you, brother. Let's spin that wheel again. And the winner is John Slaughter. What a strong name. John Slaughter. Sounds like a WWE wrestler. John Slaughter. Or like an action movie hero. Yeah. Nothing to bring together the bipartisanship than an oily Fed. Right? Huh? We solved it. We solved politics in America with an oily Fed. We did it. Oh, John, you got 1 minute and 10 seconds. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. The clock is ticking on you guys. You know what? John might not. Oh, there's John right there. Wait, guys, I won the other day. You can pass it to the next person that signs up. I'll donate it to them. How did you win the other day? I didn't call your name the other day. I don't remember calling your name before. This is the first time this has ever happened, if that's true. Wow. That is the first time this has ever happened. Okay. So John Slaughter, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. So here's the deal, guys. I guess, Adam, are we doing this? Am I giving this to the next person that signs up? Yeah, you know what? I'm cool with it. Yeah, John, that's awesome, brother. Thank you very much. That's incredible, John. That's really kind of you. Thank you very much. Guys, wow, you got Bill in on the mix. Bill on the saxophone. Nancy doesn't look happy. Nancy looks like, what are you doing? Trump is excited. Who else is back? I don't see anybody else. Bill's having a great time. Nancy looks upset. Well, listen. All right. So here's what we're going to do. So John Slaughter, thank you so much. So John is donating his one-on-one mentor session to the next person that signs up. So this is actually the first time this has ever happened, because in order to, wow. All right. So the next person that goes to ttgoffer90.com will get essentially, you're going to get a one-on-one coaching session with any moderator of your choice. It could be myself. So there you have it. We'll donate. John is donating that to the next person that goes to ttgoffer90.com and signs up for the 90-day. It's 90-day membership, $247. Now remember, after 90 days, you're not automatically renewed and you're not automatically upgraded to an annual membership. It just expires. You never charge anything again. If you want to stay with us after your 90 days, you have to manually process that transaction. Okay. So it's 90 days, $247. You've all lost more than $247 in some silly trade. Okay. So ttgoffer90.com. If you have any questions, text us 1-888-621-2127. That's 1-888-621-2127. Text that number, any questions. Okay. So the next person to join will get a one-on-one mentor session with any moderator of your choice. All right. And now you've got Biden behind Pelosi now. That's Biden behind Pelosi, isn't it? This is amazing. This is amazing. Look at Bill. Look at Bill's like this. This is incredible. Trump looks like he's about to slap P. Diddy. Now Nancy's having a blast. Nancy looks like she's high. This is incredible. This is so good. Adam, this is great stuff. This is art. This is art. Chris, who do you think is making these? Adam is making these. Oh my God, he's smelling her hair. That's what oh my God. Adam, you're on a roll right now with these, dude. This is hilarious. This is amazing. Throw Obama and Bush in there. Just make it get everybody in there. Oh yeah, Chris, you missed. Yeah, Chris, this was a good live stream. This was a good show. Adam's having fun now with the AI. This is good. Yeah, you got Biden, you got Trump, Clinton, Pelosi. You got to get Obama and Bush in there. Oh man, I got to go to bed. We got a big week. We got a big week coming up. All right, we'll wait one more. Adam is cooking something good up. We'll wait one more. Adam's got something good coming. Hold on a second. Yeah, sure, Mitch. No problem, brother. I'll look at gold while Adam is finishing up his masterpiece. So obviously, there's nothing about gold, Mitch, that looks bearish. We are at all-time highs. Sometimes when you get to those all-time highs, it does kind of look like, sometimes you can get like those failed breakouts. But we had a nice consolidation there, like about a 2-month-long consolidation that, honestly, could give you the breakout. There's just nothing there that makes me, from a fundamental standpoint and a technical standpoint, there's nothing there that makes me feel like that gold can't go higher. I'm still long gold. We named gold our number one commodity pick in January of 2024. And that is when we went long. How many of my TGG members are still long gold with me from the Market Alec report? You guys still long with me? So I took profit twice so far. I took profit when gold got to 2,600 an ounce, and I took profit when we broke above 3,000, like 3,100 or 3,000, like just above 3,000 an ounce. I forgot what the price was, the exact price, because I don't want to tell you a price that isn't accurate. So it was just when we got above 3,000, but I don't remember the exact price. So I'm still long gold, I'm still long it, and I'm probably just going to hold on to it. As long as we have as long as you have deficit and budget, and debt issues, gold probably still catches a bid. It's China. China's the biggest buyer of gold right now, and so are central banks from around the world. It's hard to just say the top is in. Honestly, Mitch, it certainly feels like from a fundamental and from a technical standpoint that it wants to go higher, but you just always have to be careful of failed breakouts of all-time high double tops. If you're long, it doesn't hurt to take some profit. Like I said, I took some profit when we broke above 3,000, and it's just you got to get off the train at some point. Nothing wrong with taking a little profit off and paying yourself, man. But it certainly looks like it wants to go higher. All right, guys. So again, ttgoffer90.com. So the next person that does join, the next person that joins will get themselves a one-on-one mentor session with any mod of their choice. Is Obama making it rain? Bill Clinton has a gold chain now. So Bill Clinton has a gold chain. Trump no longer looks like Trump. Biden is still in the background. Bush looks very concerned about what's happening. And still, Jerome Powell looks upset. Jerome Powell still looks upset. See, isn't this fun? Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun when we can all sit here and we can have all the different politicians from all different places and all different parties, and we can actually have fun and we can laugh. We all need to laugh more. We need to laugh and make money. That's it. You want to laugh and make money? Join True Trading Group. You want to talk about politics? Go to Facebook. Okay. ttgoffer90.com. Everything there included. 90 days, $247. That's it. Text us with questions. 1-888-621-2127. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Show some love. Happy Father's Day to all the TTG fathers out there. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers that are on this live stream that are not yet members of TTG. One day we'll call you guys TTG. All right? Have a great night, folks. Was a great time. Was my pleasure. Come back tomorrow morning, my TTG fam. Tomorrow morning, bright and early. Obviously, you guys know the drill. Let's make some damn money this week. It's going to be a good one. I feel it in my bones. Have a great night, guys. Take care.